Okay, so Spirit said, you can't sit with us. Like, that's what I heard. You can't sit with us. Mean Girls is coming through to me as well. So that might be a movie that you really enjoy, or that could mean something to you. That's just extra confirmation, right? Also, phone battery on 13%, and 13 feels very important. And I'm also hearing that if you don't think it is right now, it's going to start showing up. So pay attention to what you're thinking about, what you're experiencing or feeling or whatever when it does, right? But I heard you can't sit with us. But what's interesting is they're showing me like the table of everyone in Mean Girls, like wearing pink. And then they're showing me this other version of somebody who just, they don't look a specific type of way, but they just look like their energy is really dull, is the way that I want to word this. And everyone at the table, like wearing pink or whatever, it's like, you can't sit with us. That's the new reality. And it's not meant to be in a mean way, okay? It's not meant to be in a mean way. It's not meant to be like that. But it's like, that's the new reality, and the person who's being like shunned is the old version of you, I'm hearing. So it's like, she can't sit with us. They can't sit with us. Like, no. Like, it's this feeling of, they can't come here. He, she, they cannot come here. Like, we've crafted this new reality. Like, no, that's not gonna work, babe. Like, that's what I'm getting really heavy. It's like, that's not gonna work, okay? And it's so interesting to me because I'm also getting this sense of, you might be someone who's always been different too, but maybe you've seen the way that you're different as more of a weakness than like something that's powerful and like empowering, perhaps, right? I'm getting this really like I'm hearing Wednesday Addams as well. So maybe there's this kind of more like withdrawn side of you, or maybe just in the past you had like a very withdrawn side of you that kind of kept quiet, or maybe you were more like, you had an emo or a goth phase back in like high school or something. You've always been different. I'm also seeing black and white striped leggings, not anything else. I was expecting maybe like fishnets or something, but like black and white striped leggings very specifically that maybe you really loved at one point. Maybe you still have them. Maybe you still wear them. But I'm getting the sense of like, no, they can't sit with us, because it's this older version of you, this old reality that literally will not fit in here. And again, this isn't to be mean, but you can't bring that old version of you to the table you're sitting at now. That's not possible. It literally, what I'm seeing is like, it won't alchemize. It's almost like this kind of energetic or spiritual like door, like almost like a veil or something that you need to walk through, like to get to that energy, and you literally can't. It's just like you hit it and like bounce back. And so it's this feeling of like alienation, but again, in a way of saying, that's not who I am anymore. And that version of you was someone who did not believe that they were special. That person, that version of you didn't believe that, you know, them being different was empowering. It was more of like, oh, I'm different. Like in a negative way. And what I'm hearing also is that you're stepping away from these kind of like societal conditioning of sorts that tells you what pretty is. So this might be something, you know, check your chart for where like, I think Venus might be in Aries, I think. So maybe like depending on where Aries is in your chart, or what your Venus is in, see what's going on. That could have something to do with it. You might also be someone who really benefits from glamour magic, because I'm getting like beauty standards are changing for you. And it's like your energy is pretty. Like that's what I'm getting, is like this phone does not want me to give this message. I think the word I'm looking for is like this Eurocentric version of what pretty is, or what beauty is. And I'm getting this feeling of like we're retracting from that. We're moving away from that. And that's also a part of this like energetic glow up that you're having, where it's like you're calling your power back to say like, that doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what I look like. Like, my energy is pretty. Like, the way that I hold myself when I walk in a room is pretty. Like, yeah, I'm different, and fucking what about it? And so, something else that I'm getting here, too, is, like, I have the King of Cups in reverse, Six of Cups reverse, the Devil reverse. Yeah, like, what I feel like you're doing right now is really breaking away from these old patterns or this old, like, conditioning. I'm really getting this sense of, like, with the King of Cups in reverse and the Six of Cups reversed, it's like people are going to start it's almost like the layers are getting peeled back, essentially, is what I feel like. People are going to start actually showing you and reflecting back, stay with me on this, the energies that maybe you have held in the past, or the energy that you have put out in the past that created the perfect environment, is what I'm hearing, for you to be friends in the first place, and you don't like that anymore. That's what I'm feeling, especially with the devil in reverse. Now, Neptune has been coming through a lot, like the energy of Neptune dissolving boundaries, kind of like things may not always be what they seem, okay? So be vigilant. But that's what I'm getting with the devil in reverse here, is is that there are things that you used to do that you're like, oh, ew, like I did that? Or like maybe there are these situations that are coming up for you again where you thought you were so right, so perfect, you were like all about it. You're like, no, like I'm coming from a very logical place, but Neptune energy, Neptune or Pisces, is happening to us right now. I'm telling you, it's having an effect. It blurs the lines, okay? Neptune doesn't come with logic. It's not Earth. It's fucking water. It's water. Pisces, Neptune, they also go hand in hand with the 12th house. It's this, unconscious part about us and these kind of natural ways that maybe we're operating in the world that we don't realize that's what we're doing. And so what I'm getting is like, you may have been friends with certain people or had certain people in your life that you connected with under this kind of guise of this old you, but that's not who you are anymore. So now that it's almost like what I'm hearing is like it's an out of body experience almost. Like they're showing me like you literally moving outside of your body and having this almost like you're looking at these things take place in front of you, and it's almost like you can see this older energy that you used to embody, and you're like, oh, no. It's almost like you're like, oh, God dang, wow, yeah, I really did that. And it's not a place of shame, and it's not a place of embarrassment. It's a place of like, oh, yeah, that is not who I am right now. That's crazy. It's like you're seeing it from a different perspective, and you're fully stepping into this new energy. So what I'm getting is that there's going to be something in your life, or maybe a couple different moments, but I feel like one moment in particular, I'm getting the sense of like everything is kind of still. Maybe you're just like by yourself, hanging out, reading, watching TV, something like that, where you're really calm, and it's like spirit can kind of talk right to you. Maybe it's even in meditation, and immediately you almost get this download where you're like, huh, I feel like an entirely different person. Like, that's what I feel like. And that's because you are. That's because you're in a new reality. And it's this new version of you. And so that's what I'm getting is, like, you are breaking these cycles. These barriers are dissolving. These borders are dissolving. It's like the line is blurred where now you're finally seeing things being like, dang, I thought I came about that with such like grounded logic and made the best decision ever, and I was doing what was right. And now it's like for some reason you're revisiting some of these things, and it's coming up, and maybe you're just suddenly remembering things, because also Neptune relates to our memory. So sometimes our memory can be a little fuzzy as well. And you're like, as I said, wow, that's not how I remembered it. Like, I was so right that like I was so convinced that I was right and I was being wronged, and almost like I was the victim in that scenario, and like they're not going to do that for me. And it's like that's an old version of you who operated on like a denser, like lower frequency is what I'm getting. And now you're having these moments of like, oh, wow, like that's not who I am at all anymore. Like, I shouldn't have acted like that, or I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have done that. And it's like, you are really quite literally like, it's like everything is rearranging. Like, I'm seeing someone with like the ABC blocks where like it's like you're turning every block and looking at every side of the block and being like, oh, so there's more to this than I thought that there was. It's almost like there's another side to the story. But regardless, you're in a new reality now, so you just gotta act accordingly, pretty much.